A crash had left 17-year-old Kim Potts pinned in the wreckage of her burning vehicle. Several passing motorists had stopped to help, desperately worked to free her. But they couldn't pull her legs out from under the crushed steering wheel.
The call for help was immediately relayed by the operator to the Heritage Ranch Volunteer Fire Department. Less than 2 miles down the road from the accident, Kim's parents, Michael and Carolyn Potts, were waiting for her to get home.
She had called me from town, told me she was on her way, and I knew exactly how long it took. When the trucks came by, I immediately felt a pit in my stomach. I just knew something had happened to Kim.
Yeah, I'll go check what's going on.
My wife gave me a look, and to make her feel better, I started down the road, expecting to have my daughter pass me at any time, and I would just ride home with her.
It's a type of scream you'll never, ever forget. And it was within seconds that the flames went nuts. I didn't think anybody was going to be able to do anything. It's a horror that you don't ever want to live.
I'd run up to people and I'd ask them, do you have a fire extinguisher? And some people would reply, and other people would just stare at me as if maybe I was speaking some other language.
Oh my God, do you have a fire extinguisher?
I needed help. I needed a miracle. God, I needed a miracle. She was already starting to catch fire.
Every time I came back, it was almost as if it was a different person in there, from the long blonde hair to getting shorter and shorter, and before you saw a clear face, and then before you knew it, it's a red face, and it's just something that I'm never going to forget.
Gary Busis was heading up to some property he owned in the area when he came upon the crash.
It was obvious there was not much time left before the car was being totally engulfed. All I could think of is that I was going to watch that girl burn to death in front of my eyes. By the time I got to the car, the passenger side of the car was engulfed in flames, but I could not lift her out through the window. I remember that I had a chain in my truck. At least I thought I had the chain in my truck. I was concerned that I would not get back in time, but it seemed like the only thing I possibly could do.
Jack Foster and his wife were stopped down the road by the traffic from the accident.
I told my wife, I'm not going by there. That car's ready to blow up. Then one of them yelled, there's a girl in here and we can't get her out.
By the time I got back with the chain, the flames were vastly greater. The terror and torment that must be going on in that girl's mind. I had nightmares about that for weeks and weeks after that. Like 15 seconds after I got the victim out of the car, the total car was engulfed in flames. The car burned entirely, even down to the tires.
When I touched her arm, it felt like a piece of hot cardboard. It didn't feel like human flesh.
She was so hot and just so smoldering. There was no water around.
Mommy, I love you. I love you. Please don't leave me, okay? I'm right here, honey. I'm not going to leave you. Promise me. I will not leave you. She kept telling me that she loved me. And she'd scream out in pain. Tell me that it hurt.
I wanted her to live, but I didn't think it was going to happen.
Paramedic John Dunkel assessed Kim's condition at the scene.
The first thing I thought about is, God, this poor girl, what's going to happen to her life now? And the second thing I thought about is, this has got to be a parent's worst nightmare.
I could see a little smoke in the distance. So I rounded a curve and saw this dark Jeep sideways on the road and the ski racks. I knew it was our car.
You have a Kim Potts in there.
The driver said, we have a Kim.
I'm going with you.
I mean, I just felt my world fall apart.
Kim was airlifted to the burn unit at Sherman Oaks Community Hospital, 170 miles away, with third-degree burns over 35% of her body.
They told us the extent of her injuries and that they were life-threatening. It's just something we couldn't deal with.
Either my husband or myself were with her 24 hours. There were many times that I just hold on to her and just try to somehow make the pain come from her and go into me. It's so hard to watch her.
Just a little bit more.
For weeks I was having nightmares of Kim being mad and screaming that, you know, why'd you do this to me? Why'd you save me? Look at me. What kind of life is this? I needed to hear her voice tell me that she was glad to be alive.
One of the hardest things was to see Kim building up courage when she knew she was going to have to go through something like physical therapy.
She's always been shy and quiet. It was just amazing to watch. I was really surprised how strong and how determined she was. We were told she wouldn't walk for 12 to 18 months, and she was determined to walk for her graduation. That was her goal.
Dr. Michelle Brunnis treated Kim at the burn center.
It was a miraculous cure. She was in our burn center just shy of 2 months. And there was a magical transformation from really a teenager to a full woman.
After weeks of painful skin grafts and physical therapy for her burnt limbs and shattered leg, Kim was able to leave the hospital. On June 13th, 1991, just 4 months after the accident, Kim's class graduated from Paso Robles High School.
I just want to tell everybody that helped in my rescue, I owe my life to everybody, and I'd do anything for them. All they have to do is call me.
She's even told me that when she becomes a doctor, if I'm ever sick or anything happens to me, she's going to take care of me the rest of my life. But I told her she really should major in geriatrics, so I won't need a pediatrician.
The men and women who rescued Kim were honored for heroism by the California Highway Patrol. 1 year later, her family remains close to them.
Calling you?
When the situation got very dangerous, they didn't back off. They stayed in there. Well, they made a difference on this earth, and that's not all of us can say that.
I felt that by itself may justify my life.
She now, if she has something on her mind, she speaks her mind. If she wants to do something, she'll go and do it. Good things can definitely come out of mere tragedy. Many good things.
Next.
He was caught up, trapped, had no place to go, and it was his choice to either come out dead or alive.
Completely surrounded.